So we are ready to go. You have here all our panel that is present today.
Hi.
And if you tell us to go, we are ready to go.
All right. Well, it's my pleasure to have a virtual meeting with you. My name is Azad. I am the Senior Manager of Student Affairs at University of Central Asia, and very pleased and excited to have you guys making this presentation for students, especially on graduate opportunities. I have started the recording of the meeting. Some of the students have classes for now, so they will be joining later. And I will be sharing the recording of this presentation with all of our students, as well as employees who might be interested in taking, courses part-time or remotely. So without any further ado, Amir, the floor is yours. Yeah, thank you so much.
But some of the students are also taking part in this meeting online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many students are available to just who is now in a
So right now we have Anastasia, Gulamat, some of our students are here. But yeah, like I said, some of them, they still have classes, so they'll be joining throughout the session. But no worries, we will share the recording with them accordingly.
Of course. Just let's start by my short introduction. Yeah.
I apologize. Could we move the microphone closer to you guys? I think there's a problem with the sound. Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay now?
That's better. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to welcome all of you here. My name is Sergey. I'm a professor in economics, a provost of Harbour.Space University. For joining university, I have been working for many years as director of St. Petersburg campus of High School of Economics. It's leading Russian university. And in 2018, I had also a chance to visit your university, University of Central Asia. I was brought by helicopter to Naryn campus, had several meetings with students, with faculty, with also people in administration of Naryn province, and it was impressive for me. Impressive because I realized it was not only university about excellence in teaching, excellence in research as well, selectiveness in terms of admission of students, but also university that has a great impact of the society, of the people in your countries. And this is one of the feature, I think, which is not unique, but we also share this idea, our university. And I'm really delighted to get to know today about our programs, about our people here. And we have here quite big gathering of my colleagues. And let me introduce some of them, because some of our colleagues are also joining online this presentation. Amir Karim is head of communication at Harbour.Space. He's the main presenter today. Sanjar Isaliyev is head of admission. We have also two students who are happy to share their impressions, their experience of being students here. Karina Borodina, she's a master's student in product management, and Milan Bogolov is a second year, bachelor in front-end program, more technical student. We have also Maya Dashvili. She is from Georgia. She's head of our partnership with high schools division. And Julia Dolgina, she's the academic coordinator here in Barcelona campus. So it's basically all our team here. And can Amir like to continue?
Okay. Okay, good. Then I will take over and show you what we have prepared for you for today, which is going to be a presentation specifically for you. I hope you can see now the slides. Yeah. Let me adjust the screen just a little bit. Can you still see it? Yes? Okay, great. So then let's get started. As Sergey introduced himself, he and our team, we want to show you now in the next couple of minutes, I would say, the fundamentals of our university from an academic perspective, from a programming and technical side, as well as from our partnerships, and also tell you at the very end a bit more about what our admission process looks like. I think the best way to start is with a video, and therefore we have
Today's change maker.
Let's see if you can see this. Do you still see Adobe, or do you see a YouTube window now?
I'm still seeing Adobe. So
okay, then let me just switch back so we can. Desktop 2, desktop 1, this one. Okay. And now you should be able
Today's change.
to see the video for 1.5 minutes. Enjoy.
The world is changing, and so is the way we learn. Harbour.Space is changing what it means to be at university.
Here, you can find your passion, encourage your exploration.
And build a future that you truly love.
But getting there doesn't have to be boring. 4 months on a course? No way. We learn through 3-week sprints, so we stay focused on a single topic.
Our teachers are industry leaders, entrepreneurs,
Designers, coders,
marketers,
today's change makers.
and visiting professors from top universities.
Here, you'll learn by doing, work on real-world projects,
And collaborate in teams on ideas that will shape our future.
and when we're not here, we're out here. This is our city, bustling Bangkok.
Oh, and did we mention our other campus?
Hola! We've got another campus in sunny Barcelona, in case you want a change of scenery. So what are you waiting for?
Experience 2 amazing cities with others from all over the world.
And get a diploma and accreditation to
Upskill, reskill, build your startup, or scale existing ones.
build a portfolio together with your network and level up at a state-of-the-art university for technology, entrepreneurship, and design in the heart of Bangkok.
So that was our introductional video for the Bangkok campus, and you saw a little bit of Barcelona as well. And I think what's worth mentioning here is also that we're very proud that all of these productions are in-house. We don't outsource these, we create them ourselves with our tech team, with our students and the entire staff, really. Getting back to the presentation. Now, I would summarize Harbour.Space in the following sentence. It is an innovative private university focused on 3 disciplines: tech, design, and entrepreneurship. And with our second campus in Bangkok, we have become truly international, and we are expanding and slowly opening up a 3rd and a 4th campus in the upcoming years as well. It really started as the brainchild of these 2 entrepreneurs. You are looking at our chairman and our founder and CEO. Ingo, as well as Svetlana, know each other from the days before Harbour.Space, when they were both in investment banking. Ingo is by now retired and emeritus senior partner of McKinsey, and Svetlana is the one who really put everything together herself after a very rocky journey, a big adventure, she was able to found Harbour.Space in 2015, which means that we are in fact less than 10 years old and managed to accomplish quite a few things in these few years. At a glance, you are looking at a university with more than 50 nationalities from all continents all over the world. English is the primary language that we use. We have accreditation through partners in Spain as well as in Thailand. You have a variety of programs that we are going to present to you. And even though September is our main take in time, we have in fact a role in basis, which means that you can join our academic year at different points throughout the year. Now, as mentioned, here we have our two futuristic campuses in Barcelona and Bangkok. Barcelona started in 2015 and Bangkok in 2022. Something that we are incredibly proud of here at Harbour.Space is the teachers that we are getting. We really have a focus on people that are in fact working as full-time in their fields and then come to join us exclusively for 3 weeks to only teach at Harbour.Space one subject that they are some of the best in the world. That means they actually practice what they preach. We try to go away from a model where we have people that have passed their prime and have done their jobs in the past. No, we get people that are working and teaching at the same time. Now let's dive deeper a little bit just to scratch the surface of what it means to study at Harbour.Space. We still follow, even though we are a private university, the European framework of education, which means that we have ECTS credits. A bachelor year is divided into 180 credits. A master program, depending on whether or not it's tech, can be either 60 or 90 credits. That means you have a lot of variety to actually take majors and minors from different programs. That's why a double major model is something we introduce to make sure that people get multidisciplinary. We have the business leaders that I described as our teachers, and because of our project-based learning system in modules, we don't follow a semester or trimester model either. The core of our university is really to get practical professional knowledge, not too theoretical, not too hypothetical, which means a lot of our students have daily classes of 3 to 4 hours. And on top of that, they either work with Harbour.Space or one of the partners part-time at the same time, which means it's a very intense learning experience. And people leave after 1 year with the experience that they might have in 2 or 3 years only at the regular university. That is something that makes it very unique and very specialized. As I said before, one academic year is divided into modules. A module meaning it is 3 weeks long, and 15 of those 3-week modules make up one academic year. No semesters, no trimesters, no quarters. It starts on Monday until Friday, first week, second week, and third week. On the last day, you present your project that you have been working on. We also have, because we can be so flexible in our academic structure, the opportunity that students take classes from their major, but then also take a little bit of extra. For example, if you are a tech student, a little bit of marketing or product management classes, meaning there are core and electives, and we try to give students as much opportunity to get experience in different fields. The programs that you can study at our university are the following. As I said before, we really focus on 3 disciplines, 3 fields: tech, design, and entrepreneurship. That means if you want to study law, if you want to study engineering, if you want to study humanities, we are not the place. We specialize on these 10 studies where we belong to the best in the world. Interaction design and front-end development, a bit more creative. Computer science and data science are core tech studies, as well as cybersecurity and fintech. And then we have our business track as well with high-tech entrepreneurship, digital marketing, and product management, the newest child in our variety, which was implemented last year. And it also shows you that we keep on adding and adjusting and changing, depending on what we think is valuable. If the job market is changing, our programs are changing as well. We always try to keep up to date. So let us give you a few insights on what it would be like if you studied high-tech entrepreneurship or product management. Some of the classes that you would take are about getting started with a startup, sales, financial modeling, digital products, since we are focusing on digital products in entrepreneurship, and leadership skills. In digital marketing, you would focus on social media, search engine optimization, growth hacking, paid advertising, and strategy planning. Computer and data science, that is where we have a lot of variety in the different programming languages that we teach. Java and Python are two of the most popular ones, but there is even more. We have statistics, algorithms, information theory, and machine learning as some of the examples. And in front-end development, which is a very interesting creative combination of a design track and a text track, which manages to combine a little bit of both and implement different ideas. Programming languages are incredibly important, such as React. But it's also important to keep a business side in mind. That's why development as a job is here. And animation and motion on the web is another great example. And I think at this point, it would be good to have our students give a couple of their insights as well, since they are not alumni, but they're currently studying. And so they can tell you a little bit more about what it is like to study at Harbour.Space, also where they come from, and a little bit of what their professional aspirations would be in the future. So that's why let me move the camera to Arina.
Hello, can you hear me well? Perfect. So my name is Arina. I started master's program here in September previous year. I started master's in product management, but also while I was studying here, I decided to also grab a minor in digital marketing. Before Harbour.Space, I graduated Faculty of Journalism and specialization in PR and communication. And I worked in marketing for 6 years before I came into Harbour.Space. I worked in different companies, starting from the publishing houses and tech companies. The last place before Harbour.Space was Microsoft, where I worked as a marketing manager. And I must say that through all my experience that I had before, I was struggling to get the specific practical knowledge to actually use it in my career, in my profession. I felt a little bit lack of skills that I needed to have to achieve my goals at work. And I've tried many different courses before. I've tried the offline, the online. I tried to study by myself, to get knowledge by myself, but it didn't work. And only after getting here and starting studying here, I understood that I actually, after, well, how many months I've already studying here, like 6 or 7 more,
7.
or almost 7. So I must say for sure that after the 7 months, I feel more comfortable, and I feel that I have this knowledge and the skills that I was lacking before that I can implement right now in my future career. And what I would like to highlight that I think it's really important about Harbour.Space, that all the knowledge that we get is from the practical speakers. So they actually professionals in their spheres. They're not just like academic teachers who study, who teach only theory and a little bit of practical skills. They actually work at their companies, at the big companies. Some of them are CEOs of their own companies. They share their knowledge, their insights, and it actually helps to understand not only the market, the modern market nowadays, but also how you can be really competitive in this market right now. And also the second highlight that I would like to mention about Harbour.Space, that we study in really multi-international groups of students. People are from different countries. I'm from Russia, but we also have people from Germany, from India, from Latin America, different countries from Latin America. And by studying with them, we also share the experience from, they share experience from their countries, I share from mine. And we somehow also broaden our mind, broaden our vision of this life, which also helps to improve skills and to self-develop, not only in professional direction, but also in self-development direction, which is also important, because if you are not growing your mind, you're not growing in not only the career path, you're not growing anyway. So I think that was my, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I am very open. I can share more details if you want to know. So
I think all the other attendees are muted, right, Azad?
but you are muted
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, then let's see.
My apologies. I'm gonna allow everyone to talk. That's an omittance on my part. I apologize. So dear participants, if you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand and ask them. I guess both Amir or Irina. Adina, I'm sorry, Adina.
Azad, may I suggest if someone has a question, let's write it down in the group chat.
Box,
We
yeah.
will answer them afterwards.
Absolutely.
So we make sure that also Temilan here gets a chance to speak.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Timurlan.
Okay, so my name is Timirlan. I'm studying second year bachelor's here as a front-end development student. I'm from Kazakhstan. I also have a huge background in ICPC, in complete programming, and I'm studying here with a full scholarship for ICPC. And I've had a chance to represent Harbour.Space team twice already on the SWEC, the Southwestern European Regional Contest of ICPC. And my team won silver last year and bronze this year. But then there were also other teams from Harbour.Space that won SWEC actually. They got the champion title. Yeah, and my journey so far has been great. I have 3 years of bachelor here, and I'm planning to graduate as a full stack engineer. So I'm taking mostly front-end classes mixed with some back-end classes and design classes as well to have a diverse experience in that field. And so far it's been very great. We've had a lot of amazing teachers. Actually, last year, I've taken some front-end classes with Icelandic teachers. And after the classes, like I've had great performance on the class, and actually they hired me after the class. So now I'm working part-time on the Icelandic company for the people who actually taught me in the university. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you to both of you. As I said before, they will be around for some questions if anyone has follow-ups. And I think with Arina and Temilan, you also have a good combination of business track and tech stack. If we go back to the presentation, I hope you can still see everything there. Okay, good. Then let's continue with what we call the capstones, what many people simply refer to as the final project at the university. We have different types, and we want to mention that because we are, again, trying to give variety. A thesis is the most typical example of a final project, which in most cases is a research paper, but we want to give options for more business-oriented people. If you have a startup, you can use that as your final project. If you work somewhere as an intern, for example, you can make that part of your capstone as well. If you have a portfolio more for design-oriented people, that can be your final project as well. And we always think it's good to give you examples so you'll see what we are talking about. And what you're looking at here is the startup of a graduate from last year who has founded a solar panel manufacturing company here in Catalonia in Spain. And if you want to later on, you can actually click on the link here. The box, unfortunately, it's a bug of Adobe, but it's a creative bug. It shows you that there's a hyperlink behind it. We will share the presentation. You can click through everything if you want to. Very similar, a client project from a front-end student from last year who worked for a local cafe here in Barcelona and built their entire website. So again, a good example of taking something from the real world and applying your skills to make something happen. And last but not least, this was a project that was created by a data scientist and a front-ender together. We like collaborations. We try to encourage students to collaborate as much as possible. And what they have done is they took their own personal hobby, which was climbing, indoor climbing, bouldering, and created an app which is supposed to give you a route that shows up on your screen, so you know inside the bouldering hall of where to go and what to do next. So you see three very different examples, but a great variety of stuff that you can make as your final project. Let's say outside of the regular classroom, what is happening else at Harbour.Space? We have a lot of partners, international partners that we work with. And we have them in East Asia, we have them in Central Asia, we have them in the Middle East, in Latin America. We have partners all over the world. And recently even UNICEF, which is part of the United Nations. Now, with these partners, we are able to make more stuff happening than just inside the classrooms. So for example, one of those events, as mentioned before, was SWORK, programming competitions, which we have successfully participated the last 2 years, winning in 2022 and having a gold, silver, and bronze medal in 2023 this year as well. And here you see all 9 of our star members together with their coach. Together with our partner in Oman, we were giving a boot camp teaching programming skills to people from the area, but even people online. And we were very happy that we had teams from all over the world, from a total of more than 90 different universities, which was an incredible attendance rate, considering that it's such a young event. Something that we organized on campus with a partner in Spain is gathering some of the most talented Spanish business students, bachelor business students, and giving them a 2-day workshop that we called Startup Weekend, where we got together teachers, alumni, students, and staff members from Harbour.Space, sort of giving an introduction of what it means to study at our university, giving them the task, the challenge of creating a startup from scratch within 2 days and presenting their final pitch to a team of investors after 2 days. We have also started something very new here in Spain, and not just in the mainland, but actually in the island of Menorca, which we see as a beautiful combination of taking those tech skills, but making it happen in a fun environment, in a summer environment. Imagine 2 weeks on an island with beautiful weather where you spend part of your day coding, programming, and then the rest of the day you enjoy the sunny summer Spain vibes, not Barcelona. So if any of this now attracted your attention and you feel like, yes, I'm very curious to participate in a class, I want to sign up, or I want to simply learn more, here is what you need to do. You need to follow our application process, which is very simple, straightforward. We respond very quickly. And we are happy to have our head of admissions here today, who can give you a few more insights.
Sure. Harbour.Space is a disruptive educational institution. So in fact, it means that the admissions is centralized both to Bangkok and Barcelona campuses, and we don't require TOEFL or IELTS because all the interviews will be conducted by native speakers. And depending on the track, either it's creative or tech, we'll send you some requirements. For example, for a technical track, students normally take a math and computer science test. If in case of its front-end program, they have to take a front-end challenge. And if it's creative track, for example, like digital marketing, high-tech entrepreneurship, or interaction design, we require a capstone project. And the whole process will take up to 3 weeks. We offer merit-based scholarships, apprenticeships, we offer normal programs, so feel free to apply. And the main point of contact will be my colleague Anastasia, and you'll find her contacts at the end of this presentation.
So if you have any more questions about the application process, that is also something that we can tell you more about in the Q&A session. For now, what we want to show you our tuition fee that we have depending on bachelor or master studies. And even though they are probably higher than the average in Spain, we are very, very proud to say that more than 70% are students at our university on a scholarship basis, which means the tuition fee drops significantly. And even better to announce that we have currently 2 programs running by some of our partners that are offering full scholarships. And now I mean 100% of the tuition fee being covered. And that means it's a great example of studying and then working for one of our partners. For example, for our Barcelona campus, we have UNICEF and Vodafone sponsoring these 10+ scholarship spots. And for our Bangkok campus, we have one of the largest banks, SCG, as well as BGRIM. Again, 10+ scholarships of 100% for our Bangkok campus. To make sure that you actually get to know us better online, as we are quite far apart, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Harbour.Space. That is where we announce a lot of our online events. We know that we have an international crowd, so many of the events that are taking place on campus are we stream on YouTube or on Zoom. And if you follow us on Instagram, you will be up to date on all of them. Make sure to check out our YouTube channel if you want to learn a little bit more about each track, because we have their interviews with some of our program directors, some of our regular teachers, even some of our alumni, and you see, of course, some more promotional videos as well. And on LinkedIn is another great way to see the members that are part of our university, but again, an event channel where we make sure that we get the biggest reach and have all the streams published on all our different channels. This is really it. We have come to the end of the presentation. Here you see not only my contact, but also Anastasia's contact, as Sanja just mentioned. If you are interested in any of the scholarships that I just mentioned for the Barcelona or Bangkok campus, the easiest is to reach out to Anastasia. You can choose yourself to get in touch with her via mail or phone, and she will give you all the follow-up steps on what to do. Generally speaking, our application is a one big package. We don't give you, we try to keep it as simple as possible. We don't give you 2 or 3 for the university and for the scholarship separate. You do it in one go, and then everything is settled much quicker. If you have any more questions about the university itself, about what it means to study here or events, you can reach out to me as well. As I said before, we will share the presentation with Azad, who can then distribute it to all students later on. Okay? Thank you for everyone's attention. Thank you to the team that's here. We are good on time, which means that we still have some minutes now if there are questions from any of the audience. And I would say we start with the one that's written down.
The box. Yeah.
Shed. Are there any scholarships for cybersecurity? Can you please tell me more about it? Okay, so the way it works with the scholarships is that they are for all programs. They are not necessarily for one particular program. So the two that I showed you, you can apply no matter which track you are interested in. Sandra, would you want to add something?
Sure. We will send you the presentation after this call, and there will be a link to our website. Please feel free to submit your applications so you appear in our database. And whenever we have something to offer from the companies, we'll be happy to share with you. So as Amir mentioned, we have scholarships for all our tracks, both technical and creative.
Okay, thank you to Hamros.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and speak up.
Yeah, well, I guess some of our Hamros, do you have a question?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I have one more question. Like when, for example, we are done with our masters in your university, what are the future opportunities? Like, are there any opportunities to work in Europe, to stay there? And yeah, can you please talk about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sancha, can you please tell us more?
Yeah, of course. Of course, we cannot guarantee that you'll stay in Europe. Everything depends on your profile, but I can guarantee that. What's the percentage, like 80% of our alumni are staying in Europe or going to the US to work. So I would recommend you to check our LinkedIn profile page to check the list of our alumni, and you can see our alumni database.
I would like also to shortly comment on that point. Besides of the regular opportunity to have a visa for the period of study, they also provide internship opportunities for those who are graduated in the Harbour.Space, and for that period of internship, you also have an opportunity to apply for the visa. Yeah, if for the time you are seeking for the employment, you are seeking for the company you want to work at. Yeah, it's also great way to extend your period of study of like thinking for the place of the job.
Good. I hope that answered your question, Hamros. Any more questions?
We do have one more question in the Q&A, which I will raise, but also I think add a few points from my side. So Arfan, our student, is asking, thank you for the presentation. It was an amazing one, by the way. And how can we apply? So I guess this comes back to Sanjar's process. Could you just walk us again from the beginning to the end in terms of like deadlines, application packages? Also, as Amir previously mentioned, while majority of the courses do start in September, you do guys accept application on rolling basis, right? Let's just go from the top about the admissions.
Sure. First of all, it's important to understand that we have two campuses, one in Bangkok in Thailand, where the academic year starts August 21st. And the academic year in Barcelona starts September 25th this year. But as you're right, we're accepting students on rolling basis. In fact, it means that students can join us each 3 weeks because of our modular system. However, we recommend to start from the beginning. It will be easier for the students. So we don't have an exact deadline for the application. You just have to keep in mind that the visa process, since the applicants are non-European or non-Thai, it will take up to 1 month. And our admissions process is pretty quick. So I think in 2 or 3 weeks maximum, students will get the answer from our side. It might take longer in case people are applying for full scholarships from the companies, because in that case, we're involving with the companies and companies have to do their own assessment. Right. But for example, we have a big intake in January as well, where it's not a problem. People can join after 2 modules, like in October or November. It's not a big deal. The key is to submit your application on our website with your CV. So like the applicants appear in our like talent pool, I would call it.
Mhm.
But it's also important to stay in touch either with Sanjar or Anastasia.
Yeah.
To let them know you are applying. Is it like a part from the partner institution, because we want to sign the agreement, and there's a special track for the partner universities, and we are carrying on every student who are coming from that institution.
Yeah, please mention on the application portal that you're coming from the University of Central Asia, and will make the process easier. And then you can find Anastasia's contacts at the end of this presentation, which will be shared after this call.
Okay, Azad, did you want to add something?
So just to sum up for the students, you have a lot of time to apply. It doesn't take that much effort, as far as understood. It's very straightforward, very simple. The student, once again, a kind reminder that you don't have to, that you're not required to submit an SAT or like a TOEFL, IELTS score results. It's all based on your track. If you're going for a creative track, there is one approach. For tech and technological and design, there's a different one, right? And like Sanjar mentioned, you can get in touch with him or Anastasia and clarify the requirements for each particular track, right? Question from
sorry for interrupting you. Like Harbour.Space is a university about hands-on experience, which means we don't care here about your grades, because I know many applicants are worried about their GPA.
Yeah.
So when you apply for jobs in the industry, for the big tech or for big creative agencies, all the companies have their own assessment.
Yeah.
So if you're that smart on the paper, just prove it during our assessment. All right. So that's our approach.
And one more question in terms of applying or the admissions, is it required for the students to have their bachelor's degree on hand? Because sometimes within our government system, they receive their diplomas in August or September, or it's not a requirement. It's not a
requirement. However, we're asking for the transcript of records, because we're still regulated by the government.
Of course.
And without the bachelor's degree, we won't be able to issue master's diploma.
Wonderful.
But they can submit it later, because I know sometimes the process takes up to 1.5 years in Europe as well. So
Yeah, I think you just mentioned, Azad, also, do they need to have it at hand? And the answer is no. You simply apply with your CV as a first step. We always believe it's better to get it started, and we can follow up later on with the details. So in the beginning, you don't need it right away.
Wonderful. So you've mentioned you have 2 campuses, right? Which is quite similar to our system here in the University of Central Asia. We have one campus in Narin and one campus in Khorok in Tajikistan. So I think my question is, do you guys have campus specific based programs, or students can enroll in whatever campus and you will be offering, let's say, front end development on both campuses?
Yeah, the answer is the latter, option B. You can study each program in each campus, because we want to make sure that we provide the same experience at all campuses. That means moving forward, it's going to make exchanges a lot easier, and we will be very flexible with students going to one place and then a little bit to another place as well. That means the programs are the same, teachers are the same, and as a student, you can even get a little bit from both if you want to.
So I assume, let's say, if even now you might have some kind of student mobility program if you are enrolled in Bangkok, but you want to do a semester in Barcelona. Do you guys allow that as well for master students, for example?
Absolutely. Let me give you to Sergey, who follows up on that.
Yeah, it's a quite common feature of multi-campus universities. Yeah, and we offer this opportunity for anybody. Yeah, including master students as well. There's plenty of students are like mobile while they're studying. Yeah, it could be also the option of like course-based mobility. If somebody from other campus takes some of the courses online, but in any case, we prefer physical presence. Yeah, so we are not like in favor of like online study programs in general. This is some specifics of our perception of this kind of models.
Right. Thank you so much. Dear students, do you have any questions? This is your chance to ask them.
Amir,
Yes.
Hi.
hi. Can I just add on to what Sergey has mentioned? On the question of are we
Maybe
allowing?
let's introduce
Yes.
yourself first so they know who you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hello everyone. I'm Tess Lindblom. I am the senior manager for the B2B of Harbour.Space, and I am the head of Asia. So as I mentioned, I just wanted to clarify and add on to what Sergey has mentioned in terms of allowing students to interchange between campuses. We do allow that up to a maximum of 3 modules.
Mhm.
So that means almost a year. You can exchange in different campuses, and whatever you take in the other campus is still credited to the whatever units that you are taking.
Mhm. That's an amazing system.
Thank you, Tess.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hangoma, Guramat, Sehar, Mukhtaram, anyone has a question? Otherwise, I guess we have come to the end. All right, that's fine. That means, Azad, we will follow up later on with you sharing the presentation.
Most definitely.
And that means one more time, great to meet you online. And thank you for everyone to the panel that was here today.
Thank you.
And special thank to Maxim Khomekov, the dean of your school, my good friend. We met in March in Bangkok. It's a big event which called PAI annual conference, and agreed that time to set up this presentation. And thank you very much him as well for organizing this event.
Absolutely. So I also want to thank Maria Guzikova from the UCA Center of Teaching and Learning and Technology, who was kind enough to take her time and introduce us. And I hope this will be a first step in our future partnership. And as I think both UCA and Harbour.Space are quite new in terms of being established in 2015 and 2016 for UCA. I think we can learn a lot from each other, and it seems that, based on students' interest and our joint interest in simplifying the processes and making, providing an opportunity for students not just be a theoretical learners, but hands-on experience. This is where all of us come together. And I believe that this will be definitely the first step in very fruitful, mutually beneficial partnership with Harbour.Space University. Thank you so much, Amir. Thank you to Arina Temirbek, if I'm not mistaken, right, for sharing your experience. Dear Sanjar, dear Anastasia, please expect a wave of emails from our students, as I will be sharing the recording and the presentation with students on both campuses. And yeah, my sincere gratitude for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye.
You too. Bye.